probably heard a lot about the drug Ozempic lately.
First, it was supposed to be a diabetes drug.
Lunch with like a girlfriend, and she's like, I'm not really eating anything. I'm so nauseous. I'm on Ozempic.
Welcome to the 82nd Golden Globes. Ozempic,
a prescription drug meant to help people with serious health conditions, becomes Hollywood.
What if the very drug designed to treat serious conditions is quietly reshaping Hollywood's standards overnight? Ozempic, once known strictly for managing diabetes and later approved for obesity, has now become entangled in a far more controversial role, fueling extreme weight loss among already thin celebrities. From whispered lunch confessions to red carpet speculation, its presence is impossible to ignore. Some stars openly credit GLP-1 medications, while others firmly deny it despite dramatic changes. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. When even the wealthiest faces show concerning side effects, it raises a bigger question about how far the pursuit of perfection has gone. What happens when a medication meant for serious health conditions quietly becomes Hollywood's go-to shortcut for weight loss? Ozempic, originally developed to treat type 2 diabetes and later approved for obesity, has taken on a very different reputation in recent years. It's no longer just a medical breakthrough, it's a cultural phenomenon tied to rapid transformations among celebrities who were already considered slim. At number 15, Claudia Oshry, widely known as Girl with No Job, offered one of the most candid accounts of this trend. While many public figures avoided the topic, she addressed it head-on, openly admitting to using Ozempic during the height of its popularity. Over the course of about a year, she lost approximately 70 pounds, with visible changes in her facial structure and overall appearance that drew widespread attention. However, her story didn't end with dramatic weight loss. Claudia also spoke openly about the side effects she experienced, including noticeable hair loss, something rarely acknowledged publicly. After discontinuing the medication in late 2023, she described a new challenge: persistent hunger. Even after full meals, she reported feeling unsatisfied, highlighting a reality many don't anticipate when stopping these treatments. It's important to clarify one detail often misunderstood. Medications like Ozempic, semaglutide, primarily work by reducing appetite and slowing digestion, while drugs like Manzo, tirzepatide, may have additional metabolic effects, but both contribute to weight loss through complex mechanisms. What does it say about modern beauty standards when losing weight isn't enough and maintaining your face becomes a second full-time job? At number 14, Patti Stanger, best known from Millionaire Matchmaker, offers a revealing look into how far some celebrities go to manage both the results and the side effects of rapid weight loss. When Patti stepped onto the red carpet in 2024 looking noticeably slimmer, the reaction was immediate. She had lost around 30 pounds, and the transformation was striking enough to spark widespread speculation. Unlike many in Hollywood, Patti didn't dance around the topic. In a February 2023 podcast interview, she openly confirmed she had been using semaglutide, the active ingredient in Ozempic, choosing transparency over denial. But the reality behind the scenes was less glamorous. Patti revealed she had to stop Ozempic after just 3 weeks due to severe acid reflux and general discomfort. Determined to continue her weight loss journey, she switched to Manzo, tirzepatide, a newer medication often considered more potent in its effects. What makes her case particularly telling isn't just the weight loss, it's what came after. Rapid fat loss, especially in the face, can lead to a hollow or aged appearance, commonly referred to as Ozempic Face. According to cosmetic experts, Patti appears to have addressed this by using dermal fillers to restore volume and maintain a more youthful look. What happens when the pressure of appearing on national television collides with the reality of pandemic weight gain? At number 13, Sunny Hostin offers a clear example of how even seasoned media figures aren't immune to the growing influence of weight loss medications. Like many Americans, Sunny gained around 40 pounds during the pandemic. But unlike most people, she didn't have the luxury of time or privacy. Returning to live in-studio broadcasting on The View meant stepping back in front of millions of viewers, fully aware of the scrutiny that comes with it. She later shared that her cholesterol levels had risen to 200, prompting health concerns alongside the visible changes. To address both, Sunny turned to Manzo, a medication in the same class as Ozempic. According to her, the results were significant. Her cholesterol dropped to 140, and she reported feeling physically better. The weight loss itself was also rapid and noticeable, leading to a visibly slimmer, more angular facial structure that longtime viewers quickly picked up on. What stands out in Sunny's case isn't just the transformation, but the limited discussion around it. After briefly acknowledging her use of medication, she largely moved on without going into detail. That silence, paired with such a visible change, reflects a broader discomfort surrounding these drugs. It highlights the tension between personal health decisions and the public's growing curiosity about how those results are achieved. What does it say about today's weight loss culture when even long-term success isn't enough without a final push from medication? At number 12, Lauren Manzo illustrates just how complicated and emotionally charged this conversation has become. Over the course of 3 years, Lauren documented a steady and disciplined journey, ultimately losing around 50 pounds through traditional methods like improved diet, exercise, and consistent lifestyle changes. By any standard, it was an achievement worth recognizing. But when she shared her transformation online, the reaction wasn't purely supportive. Instead, her comment sections quickly filled with speculation, with many assuming her results were driven entirely by medication. Feeling the pressure to clarify, Lauren responded directly, explaining that she had only started using Manzo in the final stage of her journey. According to her, she lost approximately 42 pounds naturally, and less than 8 pounds after beginning the medication. Her goal was to separate perception from reality and reclaim credit for the work she had already put in. Still, her situation highlights a broader shift. Even after proving she could lose weight on her own, Lauren turned to a GLP-1 medication, similar in function to Ozempic, to accelerate the final phase. What happens when a woman known for timeless beauty suddenly looks almost unrecognizable? At number 11, Brooke Shields reminds audiences just how unforgiving modern beauty standards can be, even for icons who have spent decades in the spotlight. When Brooke appeared at the 2025 Screen Actors Guild Awards, the reaction was immediate. Photos revealed a noticeably slimmer frame, with more prominent collarbones and sharper facial features than fans were used to seeing. For someone who has maintained a consistent, natural image for over 40 years, the shift felt sudden and, to many, surprising. Online discussions quickly followed, with some fans expressing concern that she appeared not only thinner, but also older. This reflects a well-documented paradox of rapid weight loss, particularly in the face. As fat volume decreases, especially in midlife and beyond, the skin can appear more hollow, which may accentuate signs of aging rather than soften them. Brooke herself has neither confirmed nor denied using any weight loss medications or procedures, choosing instead to remain private and composed, as she has throughout her career. Meanwhile, some industry observers have speculated that her appearance could be linked to broader Hollywood trends, including the use of GLP-1 medications or subtle cosmetic enhancements to maintain facial balance. What happens when someone already known for peak fitness suddenly appears even thinner, almost to a concerning degree? At number 10, Julianne Hough became the center of attention following her appearance at the 2025 Academy Awards. For years, Julianne has been recognized for her dancer's physique, lean, strong, and the result of disciplined training. But at the Oscars, photos revealed a noticeably sharper look. Her collarbones appeared more pronounced, and her facial features, particularly her cheeks, looked significantly more hollow than fans were accustomed to seeing. The contrast was striking enough to spark immediate concern across social media and among industry observers. What added to the unease was her silence. Julianne did not address the speculation or questions directly. Instead, her social media posts from that period appeared carefully curated, with angles and styling choices that seemed to soften or control how her appearance was presented. Health experts often point out that rapid weight loss in individuals who are already highly fit can be more concerning than similar changes in others. When someone begins from a place of low body fat and still experiences significant quick reduction, it may suggest factors beyond typical diet and exercise routines. Julianne has long associated her public image with wellness and optimization, even speaking about biohacking and exploring ways to slow aging. That context makes the transformation more complex, raising broader questions about how far the pursuit of health and longevity can be pushed before it begins to work against itself. What does it say about modern expectations when even new mothers in the spotlight are expected to bounce back almost overnight? At number 9, Meghan Trainor offers a revealing look at the intense pressure placed on women in entertainment, especially after childbirth. After welcoming her second son in July 2023, Meghan faced a reality familiar to many mothers: post-pregnancy weight that takes time to adjust. But unlike most, she was expected to return to performances, public appearances, and award shows looking camera-ready within months. That pressure can be relentless, particularly in an industry where image is closely tied to success. By March 2025, Meghan chose to address the speculation directly. She explained that her transformation was the result of multiple efforts, including working with a dietitian, making significant lifestyle changes, and training consistently. She also openly acknowledged using Manzo as part of that process, framing it as one of several tools supporting her goals. Notably, her husband Daryl Sabara joined her, turning the experience into a shared commitment. The physical changes were noticeable and relatively rapid. Her face appeared leaner, with a more defined jawline, and her overall look shifted in ways that fans quickly recognized. During a May 2025 performance, she even referenced her transformation in a lyric change to her hit All About That Bass. That moment stood out. Meghan built her career on promoting body acceptance and confidence across all shapes and sizes. Her recent choices highlight a more complex reality, one where personal health, public expectation, and evolving self-image intersect in ways that are not always easy to reconcile. What happens when the pressure of a major Hollywood production coincides with a dramatic physical transformation that leaves audiences concerned? At number 8, Cynthia Erivo drew significant attention during the promotional tour for Wicked, not just for her performance, but for her noticeably altered appearance. Throughout the extended press run, photos and public appearances showed Cynthia looking considerably thinner than before. Observers pointed to visible ribs, more pronounced collarbones, and a sharper, more hollowed facial structure. For someone known for strong, defined features, the change appeared sudden and, to some, concerning. Medical experts have commented on similar transformations in general terms. When the body loses subcutaneous fat, particularly in the face and upper body, it can create a more gaunt or angular appearance. This effect can make natural bone structure more prominent, sometimes giving the impression of accelerated aging or physical strain. Cynthia has not publicly addressed speculation surrounding her weight or appearance, maintaining a focus on her work and the demanding schedule tied to a high-profile project like Wicked. That level of visibility often brings intense scrutiny, especially when physical changes occur alongside major career moments. Her situation reflects a broader tension in the industry, balancing performance, public image, and personal well-being under constant observation. When transformations appear rapid or extreme, they tend to raise questions, not just about aesthetics, but about the pressures that may be driving them. What happens when one of the world's most recognizable pop stars begins to look dramatically different almost overnight? At number 4, Ariana Grande became the focus of intense public attention following a series of appearances at major 2025 award shows. During events like the Screen Actors Guild Awards and the Academy Awards, Ariana appeared noticeably thinner than in previous years. Photos highlighted sharper facial contours, more hollowed cheeks, and prominently visible collarbones. For fans who have followed her career closely, the change felt sudden and concerning. This period coincided with the demanding filming and global promotion of Wicked, where Ariana took on the role of Glinda. The production schedule, combined with the expectations tied to such a high-profile project, has been described as physically and emotionally intense. Some reports, including comments from individuals familiar with the industry, suggested that the strain of maintaining performance standards under constant scrutiny may have played a role in her appearance. Ariana has responded to public concern by reminding audiences that they don't fully understand what she may be experiencing behind the scenes. her statement reflects a broader reality in entertainment. The public often sees the outcome, but not the process. Whether her transformation is linked to stress, personal health choices, or other factors, it highlights the immense pressure placed on performers. In an environment where image is constantly evaluated, even subtle changes can become the center of widespread speculation.